between them. Attorney Glenn Lazard and community activist Janet Jackson are hoping to win the 23% of voters who voted for two other candidates in that primary.
I have a long history of community service, being involved in various social and civic causes in the community.
I'm pretty qualified for it, to build the bridges and seek out solutions for change.
Jackson moved to Lafayette from Alabama in 2012 after what she says was a calling from God.
I was a prayer warrior and a worship leader in Alabama, and when I came here, the Holy Spirit told me I just needed you to pray. And I started praying for the community and the community leaders.
Lazard, originally from Opelousas, has called Lafayette home for the last 24 years. And he says running for the council was the logical next step for him.
So it's kind of a natural evolution for me. And it was really the right position at the right time.
Both candidates have similar priorities for the district if they're elected.
Number one, stop the economic vortex, not only in our streets, but in our funds that's already been allocated and budgeted for District 5 into other districts.
I think the two most important issues that I think we can all agree on are economic development and public safety. I think that radiates throughout the district.
When asked what makes them different than their opponent,
my experience, my qualifications, my knowledge of how government operates. I won't need any on-the-job training.
District 5 is going to need a full-time person to do a full-time job. Make no mistake about it. You cannot do this part-time. You cannot go take your seat for 2 nights out of the month and think you're going to pull this off. You will not.
The two plan to continue canvassing up until Election Day. Reporting in Lafayette, Jamie Angel, KATC TV3.
For full coverage of the runoff races, we have that posted for you at katc.com/elections.
Here's Rob's 24-hour forecast.
Well, it went into the record books this morning. Officially a frigid morning. We hit 25 degrees in Lafayette and temperatures in the mid-20s across the area. Previous record 27 set back in 1911, and we actually set 2 records for the earliest report of 25 degrees, beating that 25 degrees set in on November 15th, 1916, and just 4 degrees away from tying the all-time coldest reading in the month of November, which was 21, also set on the 16th. Back in 1916, and you can see the temperatures across the board in the mid-20s all the way down to Pecan Island, even upper 20s down through Berwick, Morgan City, and lower 20s up toward Opelousas and points to the north. We had some readings missing this morning, but at least it warmed up this afternoon, officially touching 50 the high, 47 right now in Lafayette, and it's going to stay in the 40s tonight because we have clouds moving in and patchy light rain to follow. A lot of this rain not quite reaching the ground, but we'll see sprinkles developing after midnight and continuing into tomorrow. So your forecast temperature-wise, we hold in the lower 40s. Tomorrow we stay in the 40s. So it's going to be a dreary day with mostly cloudy skies and patchy rain likely. So clouds thickening up, some rain developing mainly after midnight. We'll go 41 the low tonight, so well above freezing, so you can uncover the plants. Then tomorrow, a dreary, cool day, occasional light rain showers, 47 the projected high. When will the sun come back out, and will we see more frosty mornings into the weekend? We'll talk more about that and have the complete True View forecast coming up in just a bit.
In Iberia Parish, an elementary school principal is getting some special recognition. Tim Rosamond, the principal of North Lewis Elementary, is being named a Knight in the French Order of Academic Palms. It recognizes those who have rendered eminent service to French education and have contributed actively to the prestige of French culture. The Academic Palms became a decoration under Napoleon III, making it the oldest non-military French decoration.
This is near and dear, not just to my heart, but to everybody. Everybody here in Louisiana, we know our heritage, we know who we are, and having, you know, just a small part in keeping the culture and the language alive means a lot, not just to me, but everyone here at North Lewis.
The Lafayette Parish School Board held a groundbreaking ceremony today over at Acadiana High School to celebrate the construction of a new junior ROTC building.
I hope we continue to invest in the JROTC programs, and that's in the instructors, the funding that they need for uniforms, the facilities. We continue to grow the programs because, again, like I said, I mean, the payback is probably 100-fold of the money that we've invested in these facilities because these kids are really going to learn how to serve. They'll learn how to serve their community and their country.
In Iberia Parish, the Iberia African American Historical Society is holding an event to honor African American doctors and the NAACP members who were expelled in 1944. Dr. Phoebe Hayes is holding a two-day symposium to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the expulsion. That event is taking place at the Lyman Theater starting Friday at 10 o'clock.
Louisiana's Department of Environmental Quality is receiving 2 new mobile air monitoring laboratories. Each of the mobile labs costs more than $1.5 million. The Secretary, Dr. Chuck Brown, says the two new mobile labs will allow for sample analysis right on site. Well, today is the beginning of the Blue Christmas Toy Drive. Festival International and Blue Monday are teaming up for the holidays this year. You can drop off unwrapped gifts for children and teenagers at Hub City Ford or the Festival International office during business hours, and you have until December 14th to do so.
Well, Taco Sisters is consolidating locations, which means the Freetown location will run its final day of service 2 weeks from today. The Midtown location and food truck will continue to operate with the addition of Saturday and Sunday brunch.
A group of citizens who are thankful for the servicemen and women of this country are working to create care packages for deployed troops. The group Cajun Support Military want to gather names of deployed military members because the group will start shipping off care packages in January.
After all of the sightseeing was over and the trip to Washington, D.C. was complete, there was a chance for one veteran to finally get recognition for his service. Our Katie Lopez has the story. Katie.
The Berkshire's Heroes Flight was a chance for veterans to reflect on their past and what it means to be able to share their stories today. For Mr. Homer Williams, it was much more. It was a chance for him to be recognized for service. Mr. Homer says that words cannot express the happiness he felt being wheeled through Washington, D.C. At every turn, he was stopped and thanked for serving in World War II. It's something Homer says wasn't the case all those years ago.
We was not in the world, but we was there, but we was count. But now, me, I'm count, and I count my people, my black people.
Homer says he's thankful for trips like the Heroes Flight because it's a chance to bring all Americans of all backgrounds together as one. Coming up tomorrow on GMA, more veteran stories and what this Heroes Flight has meant to them. That's tomorrow on GMA. In the studio, Katie Lopez, KATC TV3.
Still ahead on Acadiana's News Channel at 5, Costco is warning you about a coupon you may have seen circulating today. We'll tell you more at 5:22.
But first, Rob's full forecast. It's next right here on Acadiana's News Channel at 5.
Detective Karina Schexnayder of the Eunice Police Department returns to Crime Stoppers and needs your help in locating a wanted suspect charged with attempted first-degree murder.
The Eunice Police Department holds an arrest warrant for Mackenzie Jerome Simmons, age 22, with the last known address of 24130 Pete Road in Eunice. His accomplice, Jamar L. Ross, age 24, also from Eunice, was captured last night by the Eunice Police Department and the St. Landry Parish SWAT team by your tips. Both Simmons and Ross are charged with attempted first-degree murder and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. The charge stemmed from the October 26, 2019 shooting at a local service station where the victim was shot twice.
If you have any information on the whereabouts of Simmons, download our P3 app and tap the app on your mobile device to say it here and submit your anonymous tips. Be alert, be safe, and God bless you. On behalf of Crime Stoppers and Detective Karina Schexnayder, I'm Deputy Chief Eddie Thibodeau.
If you have any information on this crime, call Crime Stoppers at 948-TIPS. You could earn up to a $1,000 cash reward. KATC Weather Lab. Here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, after those frigid temperatures and record-smashing lows we discussed earlier, milder weather on the way. We stay well above freezing tonight. Clouds moving in. That's going to lock the temperatures in the 40s. And unfortunately, we're going to see 40s with patchy rain tomorrow. Kind of a dreary day, but brighter days ahead for Friday into the weekend, albeit on the chilly side. More on that in just a little bit. Here's the big picture across the lower 48. Snow up across the Midwest, and we actually have 2 upper-level disturbances. One that's up here in the high plains, one down here by Mexico. That's going to be the dominant feature. That's going to be engendering low pressure to develop mainly in the central and eastern Gulf of Mexico and then right up the east coast. It's not going to be a major problem for us, but you do see the rain with it. And then that secondary upper level low is going to help push a front through the area. That's going to chill us down for the weekend, but not nearly as cold as what we've seen over the last several days, and in particular yesterday and this morning. Mostly cloudy skies, the sun getting duller and duller cooler late this afternoon, and it is setting in the western sky with little fanfare. And behind it, patchy rain developing across Texas, and that will be moving into Acadiana primarily after midnight. You'll see those sprinkles that you have to make your windshield wipers go on, the intermittent setting, probably by 9 or 10 o'clock tonight, and then maybe enough to wet the ground after midnight tonight. And that's going to continue into tomorrow as we look at our model run. Low pressure way out in the east central Gulf of Mexico, and you can see the vestiges of the upper lows that are moving through the area. Now, no real surface features to key on, and just on and off patchy light rain in the mix, with temperatures holding in the 40s through tomorrow afternoon. And by drive time, things beginning to wind down, and we'll see it clear out tomorrow night, and chilly conditions moving back in as we head into Friday morning. Temperatures in the 30s, wind chills in the lower 30s, so it's going to be cool, but a nice sunny Friday, and that's going to be followed by a nice and sunny Saturday and a partly cloudy Sunday. Rainfall wise, very light rain in the mix. We're going to see generally a 1/10 of an inch of rain or less, maybe a little bit more down toward the coast and toward St. Mary Parish, where 1/4 to 1/3 of an inch of rain, or maybe a little bit more is possible, but overall very light rains. Just kind of a dreary Thursday. Good day to be indoors with a book or binging your favorite show, whatever you have going on, or just go to work like us and wait for the sun to come out. Temperatures through tomorrow morning, lower 40s, a little bit of a wind chill, not much. The winds will pick up toward tomorrow. It's going to be a breezy and cool one tomorrow with temperatures in the mid 40s, wind chills in the lower 40s, so that's going to make it feel kind of yucky out there. And then tomorrow night we clear out, temperatures drop down into the low to mid 30s, mid to upper 30s along the coast, near freezing up toward Alexandria. And then lots of sunshine Friday. We get well into the mid 50s, and once again we've been on a roll going into the weekend. So rain chances for the entire day tomorrow in the 70% range, mainly patchy light rain, and it diminishes toward tomorrow evening. And as we take a look at the next 5 days, looking pretty good, but in the frosty zone for Saturday and Sunday morning. Couple of fronts there on that 10-day. The first one not much colder than what we have going on right now, and the next one will come in and we'll see temperatures in the 70s before we cool down just a little bit, but that next front doesn't have much punch to it as well. And for those who like 70s, we got a little some of that there for you. Those are like 30s and jacket and sweater weather, we got that for you. So we're trying to make everybody happy. Looks nice and dry for election day. Get out and exercise your right to vote.
Absolutely. Thank you, Rob. Still ahead on